Hey everyone, I am here today to show you a product called Headline It, and I'm super excited to talk about this product. But before I do, some of you who watch my videos on a regular basis are probably noticing that I'm in a different setting than I've ever been in before. This is actually in my basement. We have a family room in our basement, and I thought I'd give this room a shot and see how it goes down here. Just trying to give myself some different options for filming these videos. It's so hot in my bathroom right now. It's the heat of the summer. It's about 98 degrees outside today, and I can't do these in there. I just melt, and so I'm looking for some different rooms that might work better. And our basement is really nice and cool, so let me know what you think. But anyway, so let's get on to the review of Headline It. So Headline It, again, is this product right here. This is a cap liner, essentially, is what it is. And it's made out of a kind of a cooling wicking material that you will sometimes see specialty towels made out of. And a wig sister had actually reached out to me about 6 weeks ago or so and asked if I'd ever heard of this product, and I hadn't. And so I posted on Instagram just a question to the community out there if anybody was familiar with this product and if they'd used it before. And I had someone named Heather Scott reach out to me and offer to send me 2 of these to try. So before I talk too much about Headline It, I want to give Heather a shout out. So Heather Scott is the owner of a wig boutique called Pretty Wigs to You out of Canada. And let me show you her card that she sent to me. I wrote Toronto on it so I could remember where in Canada she's from. Pretty Wigs to You. So Heather is part of our Wig Sister community. She has suffered from alopecia since she was 3 and had suffered from total hair loss ever since she was a child. And as she grew up with that experience, she realized she had a real unique opportunity to help support children, teenagers, and women with hair loss, having lived with it her whole life. And so she now has a business where she supports women with hair loss. She has her own wig boutique. She exclusively sells John Renault wigs. She ships for free to Canada and the United States. She also does consultations. I was reading through some of the things on her website, and she'll come to your house and let you try wigs on in person. She has a private studio in her home. She will go to hospitals and cancer centers, and she just within the last couple of weeks launched a Kickstarter campaign for a subscription wig box. So if you're not familiar with Kickstarter, I would just say Google it, because I don't want this video to get too long. I really want to get to this review. But she's looking to help finance this campaign where she will offer up a subscription box that will have makeup in it and hair loss products and wigs and accessories. But the biggest piece of this is for every 6 boxes she sells, she will give a child's box. And for every 12 boxes she sells, she will give a child a wig. And her goal out of this is to really help children with hair loss. And I just think that is amazing. I wrote a couple of other notes down. I think I said them all. I think she has a really good return policy as well. I might be wrong, but I thought she had said she doesn't charge a restocking fee. So if you're interested in supporting a small business, a wig sister in small business, please check out Pretty Wigs to You. She's on Facebook, she's on Instagram, she has a website, an online store. I think she's offers 30% discounts here and there. I mean, I just think there's, a lot of us really like to support small businesses, and Heather would be a really good one to support. So Heather sent me 2 of these to try, and so let me talk about Headline It. Okay, so second of all, I am wearing Soft and Subtle by Gabor in the color Shadow Shades Honey Pecan, or SS Honey Pecan, and the color code I believe is GL11-25SS. So that's what I have on. I have a review of Soft and Subtle. I love Soft and Subtle. All right, let's get on to the business of Headline It. So Headline It. This is a product that, like I said, I think it was originally launched for hats, but wearing them under wigs is another really great use for them. One of the really cool things about this is the back side of this is flesh colored. or skin colored, or, you know, it's just a kind of a beigey tan color. And what that means is when you wear this underneath a wig that has a monofilament, this is actually going to give the appearance of scalp, and probably better than most of us who have bio hair can do. So that's awesome. So what you do is, this has an adhesive on here. So you take off the little strip, and then you stick this inside your wig. And I'm going to show you the wig that I wore this with, because I have been testing this out. I have 2 of them. I've only tried one, so I could show this one to you without it having been used. And so I've been testing this out for about a week and a half. I haven't worn it every day, but I have worn it a couple times when it's super, super hot outside. And so I have her in my Girl Mono in hot hazelnut mix. So here's what it looks like when you put Headline It in your wig. So here's the inside of the cap, and I took and I adhered it just at the back. So there's the lace front, and I adhered it just back a little ways from the lace front. I don't know exactly. I mean, since this is the first time I've had this, I'll play around with it more and, you know, maybe figure out where the best place to put it. But this was where I felt it would work best. So it goes all the way to the ear tabs, as you can see, and then there it is. And then it covers all of this part all the way back to the crown. So you can see it. So it gives me coverage from like here. There's the ear tab, all the way around my crown to the other ear tab. So the whole top of my head is covered with this. And like I said, it's got the flesh or the skin colored, tan colored backside. So for a wig like Girl Mono that has monofilament, there's the part line. It actually enhances it. So for people who use silicone tape or scar tape on the part to give it a more realistic look, this would actually do the same thing. It only gets adhered to that very front part, because the way that they talk about it in the handout is it needs to kind of mold and conform to your head. And so if it adhered in other places, it would really restrict that. Okay, let me tell you about my experience with it. It's amazing. I mean, I won't say that it caused me to be less hot necessarily, but it definitely made my wig more comfortable when I was roasting. I'm a hot person. I am hot all the time. Summer is miserable for me because I always run hot, and wearing wigs is a challenge because I am hot all the time. Ever since I buzzed my hair off, I find that I rarely wear wigs anymore at home. I get home from work, most of the time I get my wig right off and I just walk around the house with my buzzed head. I'll go out in the yard now with my buzzed head. I'm even getting closer to just going out in public with it because I do get very, very hot. And I will find when it's super hot outside, wigs become really uncomfortable if I get really hot. They start to, it's almost like a claustrophobic feeling, and my head starts to get itchy. It's just not comfortable, and I'm noticing it more this summer than last summer. I don't know, if that's my biology changing or if it's just because it's my second year and so the new has worn off, but I am finding I'm struggling more. So I wore this a number of times so far when I was going to be running in and out of buildings, when it was over 90 degrees. I wore it today running, going grocery shopping, running to Hobby Lobby, running out around with my daughter. And I told her at one point when we were in the car that I have this odd cooling sensation on my head. Not like menthol or, when you put a muscle cream on, but just this, when we were walking outside and there was a bit of a breeze blowing, it just felt kind of cool on my head. It's really hard to describe. It's not uncomfortable. It's not a significant feeling. It was just a little noticeable to me. The other thing I noticed was that my head was not uncomfortable. Before we went running errands, I actually had Soft and Subtle on, and I was getting hot before we even left, and I just was like, oh, this wig, it's starting to get itchy up here. I can feel it. I can feel I'm getting kind of hot and sweaty underneath there, and it just gets uncomfortable. And so I thought, what a better day than to put this on when I'm running around, since I knew I wanted to do this video. So that's what I did, and I immediately felt better. It's just something I cannot describe to you. One thing I'm really impressed with is it doesn't add bulk. So a lot of you know I don't like to wear wig grips. One of the reasons I don't like wig grips is because it adds one more layer of bulk, and I just feel like I can feel that bulk underneath a wig, and it's one more layer to make me hot. And so I tend to shy away from wig grips. I have not found this to make my girl mono tighter on me or more bulky on me. Maybe part of what the wig grip is doing is because it's squeezing my head because it goes all the way around. That might be part of the sensation I feel with a wig grip, and this isn't squeezing my head at all. It's such a, let me show you one that's not in. It's such a thin material. I mean, it's extremely thin. Any extra bulk it would add is so negligible. It really is. So I'm going to take Soft and Subtle off, and I'm just going to put Girl Mono on for you. You won't be able to feel what I'm feeling or see what I'm saying, but I just want to show you. So basically I just, you know, she's in there. She's secured very well. I haven't tried to take her off. I think she's gonna peel off just fine. The adhesive hasn't shifted, and I do get sweaty underneath my wig, and it hasn't loosened that adhesive at all or anything like that. So I'll put Girl Mono on. I love this Girl Mono. She's been worn like 50 plus times. Very well loved. This Girl Mono has relaxed, and she's just, in my opinion, kind of perfect at this point. So I don't feel like it's tighter than Soft and Subtle. I don't feel that thing underneath here. I don't feel like where it starts, where it ends. If anything, I think it's more comfortable. So the other thing I think I would tell you is if you sometimes find wig caps to be itchy, this might solve that for you. I don't know. I mean, I can't say that for sure, but it just feels so comfortable. It's so smooth, and it just is. I'm really, really impressed with it, you guys. So, you know, when Heather sent this to me, I think it comes in a package with a few more than two. She just sent me two kind of loose. She probably opened up a package to send it to me, and then she sent me this printout where it gave me instructions for how to put it in here. And then looks like they're manufactured in Wisconsin. And then this side gives you more details on the product, and it tells you how do you use it, which way to put it on, you know, why are there V's cut out in the liner. There's a lot of different information, you know, and this is actually something you could put under a baseball cap, under a hard hat. I mean, you know, if you have a husband who gets hot and wears hats a lot, this could go in a hat. I think there are a lot of uses for it. I did try to look and see how long it can be expected to last, and that is one of the questions on here. And it said it should be changed as needed for proper hygiene or when the liner has reached its maximum wicking potential. I really don't know what that is. It just says that the duration will vary for each person. It's disposable, but do not flush. And it does say at the very end, average use is 1 week. So I would think that that means if you wear it every day, all day, and you sweat all day. You know, so if I were to wear this, I could probably get more than 1 week use out of it. I try to wear my wigs I try to wash my wigs between 7 and 12 wears. And because I have so many of them, that can be a few months. I mean, Girl Mono I wear a lot more often, but you know, some wigs see maybe one wear every few weeks, maybe a couple of wears every few weeks. So I might have a wig between washings for a while. I would imagine that I could use that same headline it for that entire time. And so then, you know, I would be able to get more longer use out of it. Now, that said, you probably would want to have one for every wig that you're going to wear if you're going to put them in every wig. I'll just take this, start pulling it out right now and see what happens. Yeah, it's peeling off really well. I'm not worried about it damaging any of the materials. It's not stuck so hard that I think it's going to tear or stretch the lace. I'm not worried about that. And I also don't have it on the monofilament lace. I put it right behind it. So I think it's possible for you to take it out of one wig and put it in another, but that is going to relax that adhesive. And so I don't know how many times you can do that before it won't stick anymore. Somebody had commented on the Facebook post that they're not cheap. I can't remember how much they cost for a box of them. Maybe $20 some. And so, you know, that is another kind of relative thing. What's cheap to you versus to me? And I would say if this is going to make my wigs more comfortable on super hot days, it might be worth to have a few on hand. And maybe I just only wear them when I know I'm going to be out and about, I'm going to be hot and sweaty, but I won't wear them on days I'm just going to work. You know what I mean? I don't think that I need this for everyday wear, but I think it would be great to have for certain occasions. So I'm filming this today on July 3rd. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. We're having some of my husband's family over for a barbecue. It's going to be like 95 degrees outside. It's going to be hot, and I plan to wear this tomorrow for sure. So that's all I have to say. So Headline It is the product. I am right now, from my limited experience, which is probably 4 or 5 wears for little bits of time. I have not worn it all day long. I haven't worn it to work because I don't get really hot and sweaty at work. I gave it thumbs up. I'm going to continue to try it. I'm actually probably going to purchase myself a package of them so that I have some more to try. I personally think it is 100% worth it to have them on hand. I have been very, very pleased. And Heather, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to try this. I'm always looking for opportunities to try new products and bring them to my wig sisters. That's a very expensive endeavor if I would have to pay for it myself every time. Heather had no skin in the game with this. She didn't make this product. She sells wigs mainly. So if I would have come on here and said, I don't think it's worth the money, no skin off her nose. So I've got no real reason to make up a false review on this one. I really think it's a good product. And so let me know if you have questions. Please check out Heather at Pretty Wigs to You, and you know, especially if you're in Canada, but she has free shipping to the United States too, so support a wig sister. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching.